Welcome back to Venus, episode 2, No Ores. So, in this episode, I am looking at what's going on with my portable air conditioning unit. Now, I spent a bit of this episode kind of mucking around with trying to experience, see what's going on with it. Why is it not working as well as it was? So what I believe what happened is when I took it outside and opened up to vent the hot gas, I had the canister installed and it vented the canister, it emptied it. And that caused the problem. And I mitigated it a little bit by just popping that canister out and trying to refill it from the liquid nitrogen. And that seems to help it work for about, 1 or 2 degrees, and it stops working again. And so, yeah, I ended up purchasing one trader. I purchased a full canister, 2 full canisters. I put it in there, and they all seem to be working just fine after that. Here I am adding another set of batteries. And and it worked really well, and it got really hot. So I took it outside, I opened it up, and vented it, brought it back in, and bam, it was empty again. I go, uh-oh, I should have pulled that canister out before I did that. Fortunately, I bought 2 canisters, so then I just installed the other one. And so now I know if I take it outside to remove the canister before opening it up and losing all that gas. So in here, I decided to go ahead and I figure I meet it halfway. So I run the water as far as I can, get some of this stuff out of the way, and then mount the bottle filler there. And then that means the cables won't be too long running down. And given really have quite a bit of room in the space, no big deal. All right. Clean up a little bit, get this out of the way. Should not need the portable scrubber at this point. I guess I could take it apart and use the drill to reduce it back to its packed size. So I'm just doing a little organization here. Now, this original video before I did the voiceover was 1 hour. And I'm just going to speed a lot of it up because, there's not really much happening here. I'm just sort of screwing around. Although I said, I typically don't use a portable AC, so I learned some lessons there. You take it outside to open it up. Do not pull that canister out first. And for some reason, when I attempt to fill it from the liquid nitrogen tank, I only get about 2 liters in it, and it doesn't last that long. And it seems like the full canister lasts longer. And maybe just because it's a fuller tank, so it lasts a lot longer before it goes down. And I just never noticed it because I end up dumping it. So maybe the full canister would slowly get reduced. Not really sure. So it does seem to be, and I don't know, maybe every time I dump it, I'll lose all the, some stuff inside, and then I have to keep reloading it, and, at least putting some limitation on the portable AC. And I said, I really don't typically use those, and don't want to do that indoors. So I kind of stare at this thing going, what's going on with it? Okay, here I'm dragging it outside. Now, and you pull it back through the door. Fortunately, it comes to the door. Wait, Get a vacuum in here and just drag it out. Now, one thing too is that it does not work to open it if it doesn't have power. You have to turn it on for that to happen. I should turn it off right now. It's running. I don't need to cool Venus down. Now in the past, there was a connector that you can mount this on with a vent, and so it sort of like would cool, and you could then, you know, send the hot gas out automatically, and you just need to swap the battery. And then if you go to wireless, you don't even have to swap the battery. Now there is no connector provided with the I think it's called portable connector. You know, I wonder if that other connector, now I'm saying it, I have that other base. I have in the hydroponics, I had 2 of those connectors, and I think that's for liquid only. I don't think it would work for this. I think it's, yeah, I think you need a portable connector is what it's called, or something like that. I might just try it just to see if it would mount on it or not. I don't think so, 'cause I think it's a different design. All right, so here I am. I fill it up. I put 2 liters in there. And now, see the bottom line, it tells you how well it's cooling. So I got 2.5 kilowatts of cooling power. Okay, so we got a new trader here. So what's going on here? I'll do the, you know, the same old, play with the buttons and lock in and bring the trader down. And then since I'm getting low on my hydration, I'm going to grab another water bottle from the bag and just have an extra water bottle and some food on my inventory here. So I'll be doing that. And then here I am just refilling that canister. I haven't, at this point in the game, I have not linked going outside and venting it with the canister emptying yet. All right, so what we got? We can buy, see, this doesn't really help us. This is too advanced. And yeah, we can't really sell iron ore, can we? All right, so this is a bust. Since we can't mine, we want the opposite. We want to buy that stuff. I got a feeling it's going to be real expensive to buy it. And we'll do our cheesy cut the cable. So we'll go outside and play with the switch. We got a vacuum here, double check. And we're out. Checking the, we got about 3% O2. You asked about the minimum O2 percentage you could have in a room, and I guess it varies based on pressure. So, which is actually how it works in real life. At sea level, you need, well, you can do a little less, but typically it's like a little just under 21% O2 in the air. And if you go scuba diving and you go down 33 feet, which is an atmosphere, then you only need 10%, and et cetera, et cetera. So if you're really deep, the percentage of O2 you have in your breathing air is actually quite small. And you actually really want to do this because, you know, high density of oxygen will burn out your lungs. Over time. And if you're diving, this is why people on pure O2 rebreathers, if you go too deep, you will have convulsions, which is very bad underwater. All right, so we're just going to open this up. And what I want to do is I want to be able to walk around without my suit on, although I haven't had any hygiene issues come up. But it also saves my filters, so I don't have to use my filters if I'm in here. I get the percentage up. So I crank it, I think you get up about 12%. Check my plants. I made a section while we're staring at my tablet a little faster. Okay. Room's at 27. Just kind of glancing around. And yep, no issues. Okay. Good. It's kind of funny. I don't, only now do I actually have an empty bottle to even fill on day 4. All right. Now drink out of the filler. I need to drink another bottle so I can have that second one for the container. So if I would not incorrectly vent my AC unit with the tank in it, food, water, I could probably survive for like 2 months, 2 game months in now. I'm not going to run it that long. So I do get 3 traders this time, and one, I was able to buy some more liquid nitrogen canisters for this, but there's nothing, and just so far there's nothing I can sell. And even buying stuff is I'm not seeing the one with ore. So this would be, I don't really think a no ore scenario is really viable with the current trader model. It's not with the 3x3 platform. If you can go with a 5x5 platform with a medium satellite dish, then you might get away with it. But it's just, you can't get enough volume of traders. If you had a medium, then you can get small and the 3x3 and the 5x5. You have more selection to work your way through. I think the goal is, you start off bare bones with the 3x3 and work your way up. Frankly, if you got the resources, I think just go for the 5x5 up front and not even bother with the 3x3. So go medium radar with the 5x5 platform if you're building it all. And so here I am playing around with the AC, trying to really kind of figure this out. So I'll speed this up. I mean, I'm going, well, I can keep doing this way for a while. And so now I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to end this episode. But darn it, I'm going to eat a baked potato. That's going to be my goal, a baked potato. So I'm going to set up my table, a microwave, and I'm going to cook a potato once I have potatoes come out. My minor victory. Thank goodness they provided a lot of cabling. Now where's that microwave at? There it is. You got the chickens too? I don't need to feed the chickens, but I could free the chickens. This is kind of weird. I put it on here as backwards. Like, okay, that's backwards. Let me turn it around. So I pick it up here, and it's still backwards. And maybe if I place it from this end, and then I just try to figure, well, let's connect it, and it flipped around. Okay. I'm not sure if I placed it from the other side, it would have been okay. I guess it makes sense. If you're carrying it maybe probably the back facing you. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe it pulls part of the gas inside, and then it makes that gas hot, and then you vent it. So, I mean, it does seem like it does consume the gas, you know. And so it's not like the old days where you can just let it run forever, which is decent. And that might be why the liquid nitrogen is included. It might be included to run the portable AC, and not included to do what I did with it and cool the whole room down. I'm not sure what their thought process was when they added the liquid nitrogen tank. Now, if I could mine, then I would have AC units cooling down this room, even inefficiently. Also dump my canister into the room. Let's see what's going on with our... we gotta wait a little longer. So I'm going to sit here and kind of take my suit off, turn the lights off, turn the light off, take the suit off, and just stand here. And I'm actually going to cut that section out. I'm not going to speed it up. I'm just going to snip it out. And we're back. So I just stood there. All right, what's going on here? So it looks like... So another thing, when I first turn it on, it's like it's not seeing it yet until I move it around a little bit, and then it picks up on it. The trader. Because I swore I've had it like at a certain position, and it doesn't see it. I end up spinning it all the way around back to where I originally had it, then it sees it again, which is kind of weird. And my technique is, I guess, pretty simplistic. I set the vertical to 40, and then I'll start with the horizontal at 0, and then if I get nothing, then I go to 180, and then I should see something. If it's not very strong at 180, then I'll try 90, and then if that's nothing, I'll jump to 270. So I kind of do 90 degrees to try to lock it in journal. And what I do, I watch the bar, and if it's really starting to move slowly, I know I'm not close, so then I just move it somewhere else to get it at least moving reasonably quickly on the green bars. All right, let's just zip through this a little bit. I think my satellite stuff is improving. Make sure my suit's on, and let's go outside. Look at those batteries, blue batteries. All those large batteries are fully charged. And most of the gases I can't buy. There's a water. I got plenty of water. So there is liquid nitrogen. I don't think I need O2 for a while. And it's selling nothing. Boogers. So now I have to go back in and turn on the vending machine that I forgot to turn on. And we'll zip through this. And why not? We'll see, this is dangerous because I'm spending money, and I might need that money for ore, but this time I'm just gonna double check everything. We got about 2. I was thinking about, why do I buy any O2? And I go, well, you know, I got a lot of O2. If I run out of O2, it's pretty much game over anyway. And we'll do our cheesy cut. Okay, so I'm done with the trade. Sent the trader back off. I grabbed the canister, put it in there, put a new battery in it, and it seems to be working just fine now. But it's getting warmer. Right, now we check for the trader. What I do, I look at the trader time and I look at the clock on my computer, do the math, and I know about when I have to check again. Okay, so I spend time screwing around with this, screwing around with this. All right, so let's go ahead and get some water and check our, and we have potatoes. This is day 5. I guess every 1 day, 1 hour gameplay, you get potatoes. It's in this Stationepedia. It tells you how long. Now that's of course with optimum growing, so it seems to grow in about a day, I guess. Okay, so I typically use the automatic oven because I hate the microwave. There you go. And and note, never eat raw potatoes. That's very bad. I mean, it won't kill you, but it gives you negatives on your happiness, and it barely only has like 10 points of hunger. And a baked potato gives you 40, and it's neutral for happiness and hydration. So okay, so I got a potato out of this, so we'll call this whole series a win. Got the room down to 26. Power is not a problem. And with my helmet open, filters are not a problem. I gotta drag it the other way. Always drag it that way. So I'm going to zip through me staring at the portable AC unit. And make sure everything's turned off. And now we gotta wait. And I just snipped that video out while I just stood there in the dark waiting for the next time frame. Almost a little early. And we'll zippity-doo through this. There's that 5x5. Planetary pebbles. Sounds like I get ore from that guy. That's not happening. Drink some more of this. Fresh bottled water. Another chunk of a potato. I have plenty of cereal bars, but it's the all that work I went to grow them. Turn that on and let that run. Oh, I thought I was done. Guess not. Okay, we're gonna zippy-doo through this. Yeah, at least we're cooling. And we got food. I don't think those eggs are fertilized either. So I think you need like a super trader to get chickens if you kill the ones you have. Was toying with the carbon dioxide filter, but I going, well, you know, now I can just stay out of my suit. It's not really going to be an issue. I'll die of something else way before I run out of CO2 filters. And just looking through the list again, just anything, you know. You know, I guess I probably splurged and bought some of the food items and just cooked up a good meal. Go out with style. I guess I kind of should have done that. And we'll do that. Okay, we're going to turbocharge this. So what I'm doing, I'm going to drag this outside. I'm going to open it up, vent it out, drag it back in. Look at the tank, go, oh, the tank's empty again. How'd that happen? It was full. And then I started thinking, maybe because I leave the cartridge in and vent it. And see, now I notice it's empty. I go, oh, I must have vented the tank out when I had it outside, I think. So fortunately, I bought 2 of those things. I put the other one in there, and that seems to be working now. But then I don't know. So in theory, if I pull it out first, it should be fine. All right. So this is the end of this episode and the end of this series. I'm not going to bother making it anymore. It's just beating my head against a brick here. I did make a baked potato, so we're going to call this a win. Learn a few things, and learn you can live a long time without mining on Venus if you start with normal. All right, I'll be back to the Europa videos. See ya.